Hello everyone, this is Juhi Bhatt, working as Senior Front-End Developer in Multidots. Today I'm excited to share my knowledge on Introduction to Modern Styling of WordPress with Tailwind CSS. So let's start. In the next few minutes, we are going to learn how Tailwind CSS can make your WordPress themes more modern, more flexible, and way easier to manage, all while keeping performance and maintainability in mind. Let's start with the why. If you are working with WordPress for a while, you probably know how messy style sheets can get. Theme styles are often bloated and custom CSS grows out of control. Tailwind changes the game by being utility first. You don't write custom CSS for every little thing. Instead, you use small reusable classes like p-4 for padding, text-center, grid-call-3, and so on directly in your markup. It is fast, it is consistent, and when paired with block-based themes or full-site editing in WordPress, it just fits. Tailwind also encourages responsive design from the start with built-in mobile-first breakpoints. It is basically a modern dev's dream, even in WordPress. To get started, here's what you will need. A basic WordPress theme, starter or custom, whatever you prefer. Node.js and NPM pre-installed, a code editor, preferably VS Code, and terminal access to your local WordPress installation. You will use these tools to install and compile Tailwind CSS, watch your file changes, and output your final CSS. If you are using something like local, etc., that is fine, as long as you have file system access. Installing Tailwind in a WordPress theme. Let's go step by step and see how to install it. First, open your terminal inside your theme tree and run the following commands: npm install -t tailwind css post css auto prefixer and npx tailwind css init-p. Now you will see two new files created: tailwind.config.js and postcss.config.js. Inside your theme, also create a file called input.css and add the following three things: Tailwind base, Tailwind component, and Tailwind utilities. Now in your package.json, edit it to add a build script like this: Tailwind-i, that is input file, src, input.css, the file name that you have provided, and -o, that is output, style.css, or whatever you prefer. So every time you save the changes, it rebuilds your style.css with only the classes you are using, hence clean and efficient. Next, we tell Tailwind where to look for class names. So in tailwind.config.js, under content, add something like this: /starter*/star.php, /src/star/star.js. This ensures Tailwind scans all your theme files and removes any unused styles. It is part of its built-in purge process, which keeps your final CSS small and performant. If you are using custom Gutenberg blocks, add those paths too. Enqueuing the compiled CSS. Now let's make sure WordPress loads your new CSS. Hence open functions.php and enqueue your final CSS like this. We are using file time here to cache burst every time you rebuild. You can now reload your WordPress site and inspect the source. You will see the Tailwind classes working. Let's add some Tailwind magic to your theme here. Here's a very small example. This gives you a background color, spacing, layout, and some alignment in one shot. No extra CSS. Tailwind's naming is super intuitive and you will find yourself remembering the class names quickly. Hence, there is no hustle. How to style the loop. Now let's style the WordPress loop. Here's a post container using a responsive grid. This is a minimal CSS for scalable UI. You can see that we have just added few class names and the grid will automatically set for large screen desktops in 3, for medium screen desktops in 2, and the gap will be 4. Then each post might look like this. Everything is mobile first and responsive out of the box. Plus, transitions like hover effects or scaling are also easy to add. You can see that we have given some hover, that is shadow dash LG. Hence, once you hover, it will show a light shadow. If you want to match your brand, that is not a problem. In tailwind.config.js, under theme extend, you can also define custom colors, fonts, spacings, and more. Just open your tailwind config.js and put your colors and font family like this. Whatever custom name or variables yet that you want to define, you can define it here. That is primary for this color and sans for this font. And hence you can start using them. You can call it by using like classes like bg dash primary for this color and font dash sans for this font family throughout your site. Hence, this is a tailored design system. Now, Gutenberg blocks plus Tailwind. Tailwind works great with block-based themes also. You can apply utility classes to template parts, block templates, or even inside render underscore callback functions. Just be aware, some Gutenberg editors strips out classes that aren't whitelisted. So either register allowed classes via themes or use dynamic rendering where needed. It also works fine with full site editing. So there is no any extra hustle or bustle that you need to add in Gutenberg blocks or full site editing. You just have to use it like you are using in regular HTML. For example, vg-blue-100. Tailwind plugins. Tailwind also has a rich plugin ecosystem. Here are a few popular plugins. Tailwind CSS slash typography for beautiful long form content. Tailwind CSS slash fonts for consistent font styling. Tailwind CSS slash aspect ratio for responsive videos and iframe. To install, just run npm install -d tailwind css slash typography and it will be installed. Then enable it in your tailwind config.js. This plugins require tailwind css slash typography and hence it is ready to use. Some best practices to keep your Tailwind plus WordPress project scalable. Use @apply to reduce CSS class clutters. Always use apply in your CSS when repeating class combos. You can break templates into partials like loop.php, card.php, etc. Split themes into template parts. Smart purging with content paths. And always audit your final CSS files. Make sure you use the purge paths correct. Tailwind is powerful, but it rewards being organized. A few gotchas to be aware of. If you forgot to list a file path in your Tailwind content config, those class names will be purged. Some WordPress plugins overwrite or inject styles. You may need to reset or override them. Tailwind CSS has a bit of learning curve if you are used to traditional CSS or Bootstrap, but once you are in the flow, it is hard to get back. Let's take a quick look at the live demo comparison. So this is just a simple login model that I have designed purely using Tailwind CSS. You can see that I have just used classes and nothing else. And you can make your demo working with Tailwind CSS. So we have covered a lot today. Installing Tailwind in a WordPress theme, configuring it, styling templates, using it with Gutenberg plugins, best practices, and even demoed it. If you are tired of bloated CSS or clunky style sheets, Tailwind is a breath of fresh air. Try it in your next WordPress project and you will be amazed how clean and scalable your styling becomes. Thanks for watching and happy building.